So that's the first rule of snitching.
Yo.
Wack.
What up, bro?
My chat is on here. They're upset at me. They said, bro, you a civilian. You need to call Wack. We need his opinion. I'll give you the situation, okay? First of all, I told him I got a new thing, Wack. I got a new thing. The first rule of snitching, the first rule of if somebody snitch, if we like you, you can't snitch. If we don't like you, you probably snitch, okay? It's very selective. You know how it goes. You know, not everybody calls spade a spade. So, they got me watching this Trap Lil Ross video where he...
Nigga, we about to run it on Clubhouse. Trap just sent it to me. Now, here go the thing. We ran that a year and a half ago on the Hunter side.
You know what we talking about? You know what we talking about? We talking about the Young Thug interrogation.
The 2-hour interrogation. A Young Thug. When we ran that about a year and a half ago, Rogue, on the Hunter side, bro.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Wack. What do you think about what that was? Was that telling?
Trap just sent it to me, right? And I'm trying to, let me remember that. And I'm finna show you so you don't know, so you don't think I'm bullshitting you as my brother. You know, one thing with you, Act, I don't bullshit you, right? I'm talking about at 2:26, he just sent me his work, and I said, I'm going to go run it. And I figured that's what it was, right? And I'm trying to remember it. I think one part that it caught my ear, because this shit about 2 hours, it was a part about Roscoe.
Yes, he told the cops.
Well with me. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see if I can remember it. He said that Roscoe does certain things and supplies certain things and always got certain things.
He be bringing Wayne drugs every day. He bring drugs for Wayne.
Yeah, that part it didn't fit. It didn't sit too well with me.
Wack, we got to be honest now, because here's the thing. I go off my rule. If it was Gunner that did it, he snitched. But it's Thug. I like Thug. Thug ain't snitched.
Let me give you what.
If Gunner did that, that's snitching. But it's Thug, so that's the homie.
Listen. Telling is defined as such. Anytime you give information to law enforcement on anybody other than yourself, point blank. So now let's just do the math. The information he gave, if it was on somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And if it was to law enforcement, I'm talking to Akademiks, and Akademiks' phone is wired, and I don't know it, and they got that. I don't call that snitching.
Yeah, okay.
But if you sit in an interrogation tank and you talking to law enforcement and you giving them any type of criminal details about somebody else, right? Yeah, we got to call a spade a spade. That's
okay. So let me give you some details. I don't know if you watch the whole thing or you remember. They asked him, hey, you have the right to remain silent. You do not got to talk to us. This is not about why you're locked up. This is about something unrelated, but we're trying to get some clarity. Are you willing to speak to us without a lawyer? He said, I'll talk to you about whatever. They said, could you initial? He said, I'll talk to you. I'm not putting pen to paper. He says, okay, just acknowledge that we're not forcing it.
Do you think that he maybe thought he wasn't, but he had to know they was recording? Yeah.
Again, I think, here's the thing. It's different when they just bring you to the station and you're like, they're recording. I think he was already locked up and they pulled him out the cell. So I think he thought they weren't recording.
They usually got it on
because you know what happened? When they're talking to him, he says, I haven't eaten. And they went and got him
I remember that part.
They got him a bologna sandwich, and he said, y'all can't send somebody outside of here to get it, because he wanted real food. He ain't want that jail shit. And
I remember that part. That's in the first part.
So it was clear that he was locked up already, and maybe he thought he talking to them on a one-on-one.
Yeah, I mean, but that don't make it no better. Like, hey, listen, bro, I'm gonna be real. Like,
Is it better or worse than what Gunna did? You got to be honest, Wack. I know y'all gonna review it on the 100 side.
Remember, I don't put a better or worse on nothing. Now, if we just talk,
nah, there's levels to telling. There's levels to telling, bro.
Nah, no, the fuck it ain't. Nah, nigga, what telling is telling. Cause I'm gonna be real.
So wait, hold on. A guy who wears a wire, you see as the same as a guy who say, "Listen, the gun ain't mine. Listen, I don't know what to tell you other than it's two of us in the car. I'll just tell you it definitely wasn't mine."
No. That's part of Gunna's telling. He also said, while they're trying to classify YSL as a gang, is YSL a gang? Yes. Does YSL do criminal acts? Yes. He said all that shit. Remember, like, nigga, like, let's put it all out there. We all seen the video, heard the audio. That's just what it was.
But
right?
Wack, we got to get the answer. They say you're ducking. They said we never seen Wack like this, Wack on the ropes.
I'm not ducking nothing, motherfucker. You the one that want to classify snitching as less or more.
No,
nigga,
hold on. No, you gotta remember, I'm a civilian. I got really no stake in conversation about snitching. Hold on. Wack, I'm going off the streets. I'm going off the streets. And when it comes to the streets, you know what the streets tell me? If you talk to the cops and you spin them, you ain't tell. If you talk to the cops, you tell some shit, nobody get locked up, you ain't tell. They move the goalpost.
Hold on, here goes the spinner. Act right, motherfucking a black dude, 6'3", bald-headed, shot at me, right? I'm hit. So I go to the hospital. Police come, right? What happened? Right? Mexican dude, bald-headed, 5'6", walked up on me and popped me. That's spinning them. You gave him a different race, a different description. That's spinning them.
Wait, hold on, though. Suppose they take that description and go arrest a real person. You don't put a case on a real person. So you...
No, they can't go arrest a real person because that person don't exist who shot me.
All right, but they go put the other...
So I'm saying, listen, I'm telling you a nigga ain't supposed to say nothing, but I'm just giving you an example of spinning. If you give a nigga the opposite information of what it is, then a nigga can say, I was trying to spin him. Really, you ain't got to say nothing. But on some real shit, I mean, Roscoe's a real person. Wayne's a real person. These are real people that's kind of somehow tied together in the same circle one way or another. Giving that type of information to law enforcement about laws being broken is a no-no, bro. You can't do that. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, I fuck with Thug and all that. But when we looking at the situation and we just calling it what it is, 1 + 1 gonna equal 2. You know,
So wait, are you saying, and I know you're gonna go over it again because you gotta make sure you cross your T's, dot your I's. Are you saying if you hear some things where you feel like that's telling to you in that circumstance, Gunna and Thug would be the same person? It wouldn't be no like, oh, one's better than the other.
I mean, telling is telling. It ain't no, listen, okay, you got what niggas say, why he told and he went to jail. I know niggas that told on everybody, but because of the circumstances of the case, they beat the case. But, nigga, that don't mean your telling still don't stand up for telling. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you told. You get what I'm saying? Then you got lie snitching, where a nigga make up a lie and put it on you, and it leads to your arrest or your conviction. Telling is telling. Yeah, telling is telling. I think right now, Trap Lord, I don't know what Thug did to Trap Lord, but he just woke it up because we ran this shit about 1.5 years ago. Like, we literally ran this whole shit. It was out there, and
this morning,
and I sat back, hold on, I watched it, and it went away. Like, literally. But now, I haven't, because you know how Trap Lord be narrating shit, pointing shit out. Now it's going to come down to a thing to where niggas is saying this and that about Gunna, right? Well, actually, Thug was saying what he was saying about Gunna. Gunna's fan base has strengthened. Now I think people gonna be looking at Thug. I think if Thug would have never said nothing at Gunna, it wouldn't have as much impact. But now because Thug is pushing that line and pushing that narrative.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Will anyone actually like care though? Because the streets are rocking with Thug. They not rock. Gunna never really appealed back to the streets after he just kept making music.
Well, Gunna, listen. Nah, well, Gunna got some street niggas with him. Let's get that.
He got some people with him, but his music wasn't like I'm talking to the streets. Ever since Thug got locked up, released, he been talking about keeping it real, street niggas, rap. Yeah. Like he's been keeping it in the streets. So the streets are looking at.
I don't know, because see, some of this shit, I be knowing if that's bro or that's some AI shit. Cause I be hearing songs, I don't be knowing if the fuck that's him.
He say he can't rock with Yak Gotti because Yak Gotti was telling. And Yak Gotti telling came from an interrogation video where he said, "Let me out."
You know that. I tried to give you the video.
Yeah, you did. He said, "Let me out."
That's the video I tried to give you, but before him, I had it. I tried to give it to you.
And I ain't gonna lie, I seen Yak Gotti went on No Jumper and Vlad. I think he about to spin out of this one. I think at the end of the day, we gonna say he ain't tell either. Wack, this telling stuff is like...
No. Yak said some crazy shit. I can remember he said,
if you
all you gotta do is let me out, I'll go get you some more information. Some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
He said some crazy shit. But I mean, end of the day, bro,
that's like premeditated telling. Like, but it's like one of those things. Imagine you planned the murder, but you never got a chance to do the murder. You're not a murderer, so he planned to tell.
No. But he was giving them information during that interview, bro.